Hello friends, welcome once again to my new video. Today we are going to see how we can implement what you see is what you get CKEditor in our React application. Firstly, we will start by understanding what a CKEditor is. CKEditor 5 is a rich text editor that enables us to write text content in our web application or React application. There are multiple versions of CKEditor, but in this video we'll use what's known as Classic Editor. So let's dive into the code and see how we can implement that. In this video we are going to be creating a simple contact form where a user or a guest who has visited your site or our web application can put in their username, email, phone number, and then they send in the message that they want to contact you with. So here we'll be using in this tutorial we'll be using Bootstrap. As you see, this form is a Bootstrap. So we have Bootstrap elements CSS that is implemented. So we'll see how we can install Bootstrap, and also we'll see how we can create components in React.js, and we'll see how we can also get the state of each element of our form. Like for example, when you come to inspect this form, when you put in username, I see our state is being updated as the values are being inserted. The phone number, maybe say 99, see the phone number is being updated respectively. We are going to see how we can achieve this state in this video and pick our elements as and save the state of each element in our application, and also add our beautiful CKEditor into our application. Let's develop this contact form together step by step. So let's dive into the practical part of installing our React application. React application is installed using npm, but first of all we'll need Node on our PC or computer. So if you don't have Node installed on your Mac, on your computer, you can just go to Node website, node.js.org, and then go to downloads, and then you see the one to install for each respective OS that you are using. So mine, I am on Mac and I've already installed it. So if after you have finished, then you go to command line. In command line you navigate to your respective folder where you will store your project. Then mine is development, so I'm already there. After navigating, then you just say npm install create React application. So this package is installed once and you don't need to reinstall it again. So this package was created by Facebook to help us install all the different packages and dependencies required for our application, so that we can focus more on the development part of our applications. So you go ahead and say create React application. Then after installing it, can run create React app. You define or you give a name for your project that you want to create. For our case, it will be CKEditor tutorial 1.1. So after defining the name of the project, then you click enter. So this command will run and create your project for you for React application. So we'll pause here and then wait for the command to run. Okay, now our React application has installed, and we can now navigate to our root directory, our project directory, by saying cd, then okay, I have different projects, but it says cd ck ck whatever, yeah, ckd. So this is what I've created, so I will navigate to that one. After navigating to that, then I say code dot to launch it in Visual Studio Code. So as you see here, this is up. Okay, before even we go there, let's first navigate to this folder and delete unnecessary files that we may not need for now, like this and these. We don't need these ones, so I'll go ahead and delete these files. So we'll remain with our index and the favicon icon. We'll need that one. So we go in our source file, and then here I'm going to delete index.css, app.css, then logo, service, and this one. So I'll remain with app.js, app.test, and index.js. So okay, let's go back to our project. So if we come back to our project, we have these imports. I'll go ahead and remove these imports because I've already deleted them, so we don't need them. And go to source, index.js. I remove the import for this and the import for this, and this one also. Good. So we'll go to app.js file, and then I will delete this info here. Good. So that having done, our project is now okay. Maybe there is something missing. I do not know. Okay, so everything is now okay. Okay, before we go any further, let's look at our project structure. In our project structure, we have node modules. Node module folder is where we find all the dependencies and libraries for our and packages for our application. So everything that we install, every dependence or any script that we install is found in the node module folder. So we have the public folder. In public folder we have the HTML, index.html, and if you run a React application, the page which will be called into the browser or which will be launched, it will be the index.html. Inside index.html we have the root div, and this root div is which we will use to mount React components in, or React component in. And here we import, as usual, metadata, the head, the HTML, the doc type. In here is where we define the name of our application, like we define the title of our application. So ours is React application. You can go ahead and name it to which one you are more familiar with. So we move ahead to source folder. In source folder we have index.js file. Index.js file starts by importing React, and then importing React DOM, and then the app from this source. So inside here is where we mount the app component into the root div of our HTML page. Or you can say it's where we render the app.js index is used to render everything to the root element. Our root element is this one, which is in index.html. So our index.js is used for rendering everything into the root or to the root element of our index.html page. Okay, so that having said, let's dive into our app.js file. In app.js file we start by defining the React, and then we don't need this, but this is where we import. If we are to import any style for our application, we need to import it here. For each page that we are going to create, each style we import it here, as you see in the video. So here we have our app, and also we have our function app, and then it returns our div elements, which we define here. It's like if you say hello, and then this hello will be launched. So in the browser, this HTML page will be launched, and inside the root, that's where our div, our app component will be launched in. Okay, so that having said, let's go ahead and install our Bootstrap.